Okay guys, so you've got your gear, got your equipment, got your rifle, got everything set up. You've been doing your training classes, but something to think about. Most people, I think, right now are setting up their rifles, be it an AR or an AK or whatever. Most people are setting them up for typical training class they go to, and or home defense. The two are fairly close intertwined, as you'll find a lot of the training that most people are taking now is CQB SWAT type oriented. So that said, guys are setting their carbines up for that kind of purpose. For our purpose here, what we're going to be talking about today is going to be more of a true catastrophic situation, crap hit the fan. You're no longer just protecting your house in the middle of the night from somebody breaking in a window or something. You're out having to actually fight an urban area, God forbid, preferably a suburban area, and even more preferred than that, actually out in the boonies where you got lots of places to hide and disappear to if need be, and it's much easier to interact with any goblins that you run into. So that said, let's take that situation and extrapolate a little bit. You've got your typical AR-15 that you've got set up for home defense, and you've got all your various and sundry items on it, but now you find yourself running through a suburban neighborhood or patrolling out in the middle of the woods or whatever. Do you want the same setup on your weapon? How many have ever thought about that? Well, if I'm out patrolling in the woods, then chances are I probably don't want my light on my gun. I'm not going to use it out in the woods. Plenty of reasons to use a light in CQB work, especially in your own house. Not so much out in the woods. You try to light something up out in the woods in the dark, and if there is any goblins around, you're probably going to get tagged pretty quick because you're giving away your location. It's not the same environment as being indoors. Secondarily, it's adding unnecessary weight to the rifle. You're not going to be using it, so now it's just dead weight that you're carrying. Another aspect is now you've got one more thing on the gun to hang up on tree limbs, vines, brush, gear, equipment, whatever. Now, that's not to say that you don't want a white light accessible. So here is our thoughts on the idea. When it's time to get out in the woods, strip everything off the gun. Keep your gun set up now, unless you've got, if you want to do two separate guns, one that's your dedicated CQB house gun and another one that's your outside crap hit the fan gun, that's a good plan. But a lot of people don't have the money to do that. A lot of people are doing good just to afford one good carbine. Better to have one good one than a couple of mediocres. So set it up for your home defense how you use it now, but keep it modular so you can change it. There are some really good fixed mounts out there on things, especially for lights. There's a couple of them that we really like. Mike and I both do. But they're not easy to get on and off. Once you put it on there, it's meant to be left on the gun. The trade-off to that is if you go to a mount that's a little bit easier to remove, it may not be quite as streamlined, etc., but it could still be plenty functional to do what you need it to do. I would still want a light on me so that even if I am out in a very wooded area, what if you bump into a little subdivision somewhere or abandoned buildings or whatever that you need to clear as you go, first off, make sure you know how to do it right. That should be without needing to be said. But okay, now having a light on my rifle might be a good idea. Well, if I've got my light so that I can put it on and off real easy, and I keep it in a pouch on my gear, now when I stop and I get my team ready to clear this old abandoned building, make sure it truly is abandoned and cleared, I can simply reach in my pouch, pull out my light, I can mount it on my rifle, now I've got my white light on my gun. I can go in, I can do what I want, clear. When I get back outside, grab our rucks that we dropped, everybody gets back in patrol mode, take it off, put it back in my gear. Now I'm back slicked up, my rifle's simple and easy to maneuver with. Get you a decent optic on there and iron sights and run with it. Keep things simple, don't overthink it. Don't have unnecessary stuff on the gun when you're out trying to move through the woods. Differentiate between the two environments and what you want to have on it for each given environment. And don't unnecessarily burden yourself down with things. Something to think about. Let us know what you think. Talk to you later.